So, yeah, didn't lose anything on that one. So if you're just tuning in, Bearcats got across the 50, but were first forced to punt. Now John Battle on a charge of their own up near the red zone. They're at the 26-yard line of the Bearcats with 7:10 to go here in the first period. Michael Witt puts a man in motion. That is Dakota Worley. Now they'll drop back to pass out left side, and it's incomplete. Colton Ratcliffe there to try to break away the pass. He was there a bit late. The ball was already by him and incomplete, but he's going to put the hit on anyway in a rivalry game like this one. And it is
It'll be a third down now. Big third down for the Bearcats. Need a stop here as Battle is driven all the way down to the Virginia High 25-yard line. So let's see what the Bearcat defense can dial up on third down.
And we have time called.
Looks like
they're going to reset the football. Back a yard. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, they weren't quite lined up there. They had them forward a yard. It was 3rd down and 9 where the ball was, but it's really 3rd down and 10. So good whistle there. We'll take it. That's a home whistle, isn't it?
There you go. It's a game of inches.
3rd down and 10 from the 26-yard line. They've got to get it, of course, to the 16. They put a man in motion.
Wow, good hard count there by Battle.
Nearly got the Cats to jump. Now they'll have to do something. Witt looking with 7 seconds on the play clock. Snap, he drops back, rolls out to his left, looking to go, but he's dropped back at the 35-yard line. A sack for Big John Malumba.
He got back there in a hurry. Couldn't have come at any finer time. That's now going to force John Battle to punt the football.
Yeah, you got to think if they stay even with the line of scrimmage, you throw that incomplete, they might try to go for it. But there with that big loss, they're going to send the punt unit out, and this will be Farley, Jaden Farley. Averaged 37 yards in punts last week against Abingdon. Had to punt 5 times against the Falcons. As he gets this one up, a high one, it goes off to the right. It'll hit inside the 10 and bounce straight up and fall around the 7-yard line. And that's where the Bearcat offense will take over. So both offenses kind of filling out the opposing defenses. So far we're seeing sort of, good starts to drives, but nobody finishing with 6:18 to go here in the first period. We're still scoreless.
Yeah, both offenses look like they know what they want to do, trying to, just like you said, filling the other defense out, see what's happening. So Battle probably did a little bit better job of flipping the field here. They've got Virginia High pinned deep down now in their own end for their second offensive drive of the game with 6:10 remaining in the first quarter.
Now we've really got the full house backfield. John Malumba to the left of Jamie Lathrop, Aaron Rose to the right, and then Johnny Delaney who trips, and he'll go down for a loss inside the 5 back to the 3-yard line. He just got tripped.
Yeah, just kind of got his feet tied up there, and that's going to be a big loss.
It's a tough break there on a Johnny who we didn't see last week. He was dealing with a leg issue, a little bruise. As he's back in, it's good to see him out there. He played well against Union. Of course, the freshman speedster for the Bearcats. He's down inside the end zone now for the Bearcats as they'll hand off right side. He's trying to get to the edge and breaks a tackle up past the 5 and gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard, actually, up to the 5-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 13, and the Bearcats down inside their own 5. And right now, Battle looking solid defensively.
Interesting on what you would call here 3rd and 13 deep down, basically on your own goal line. Do you throw and try to pick up something here or just run it and punt the ball away?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Jamie. Well, they're going to hand off left side to a Johnny Delaney, and he breaks one tackle, thankfully, and gets out of the end zone.
He just barely got out of the end zone.
And he's rolled over and got pushed back over, and he went down awkwardly at the end. And it'll go for a loss of 2 or 3, and they're back to the 1-yard line. So instead of gaining a little bit of room, we lost room. And now the Cats will have to punt, and it's going to be a tight snap as Colton Ratcliffe's going to be back with his heels to the back line of that end zone, from his own end zone. It'd be nice to see another one of them boots. That's a lot of pressure, though.
Good hold by that Battle defense down there, though.
It's 4:35 to go, and the Cats are going to have to punt for the second time here in the first quarter. 4 seconds on the clock. Ratcliffe gets a decent punt off under the situation. It hits at the 35, rolls out to the 40, and takes a Bearcat roll to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take that. Not a bad punt there. Gives you a little bit of space anyways. Penn Battle back. They're going to be still on the plus side of the field, but at least it could have been a whole lot worse from down there.
All right, now take what we've seen so far and put it back into the perspective from last week against Tazewell.
Well, it's totally different. At this point, last week in the Tazewell game, I think combined there was already 30 points on the scoreboard. So we're still zeros all the way across here with 4:17 remaining on the first quarter clock.
And this feels like a big possession for John Battle. If they get down inside, the 10-yard line, and at least are able to get a field goal on the board, that could take some early momentum. They've traveled out here tonight trying to pull off an upset, what a lot of people would deem an upset, as they'll run the motion, run straight up the middle this time. That is Dylan Cunningham forward for about 5, and it'll bring up a second down and medium.
Now that's what the triple option does to you. The Bearcat defense can't really home in on. We preach you got to stay on assignment, but you're not sure where it's going. The guys got to back up a little bit and look where the ball's headed before they can make the tackle. By that point, Battle's already 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, and playing defense against a team like this, you can't go for the flashy play. You just got to stick to the fundamentals. As they'll snap it straight up the middle, a handoff, and another first down for John Battle. They needed 5, they got 6. As that time it was Judd Schaefer who was really the standout of the Abingdon game. He ran 9 times for 40 yards against Abingdon, but he gets the first here on his first carry of the afternoon, and it's a John Battle first down.
Yep, the driving here on their second possession of the ball game.
So far, just defense and punting to this point. With 3:27 to go in the first period, it's scoreless here at Gene Malcolm. Again, we thank you for tuning in to Bearcat Radio's coverage. Witt in the pistol again. They put a man in motion. That time it was Bryson Denton, but they'll send him back to that wing, trying to do the hard count. Now time called as the play clock was about to expire, and a timeout called by John Battle, their first of this first half.
Bearcat fans, Drake's is a proud supporter of the Bearcats, now open at the Pinnacle Shops. Drake's is the perfect post-game destination. Bring the whole family and enjoy a game of cornhole, shuffleboard, or giant Jenga. Score with big burgers, fresh salads, favorites like build-your-own tacos, and the freshest sushi in town. Drake's is open for lunch and dinner every day of the week. Come play at 508 Pinnacle Parkway or online at drakescomeplay.com. At Drake's, where they say, go Bearcats.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
So, some early possessions, I guess, what we're getting out of tonight's game is, we had a lot of possessions in the first quarter of the last game, but they were because everybody was scoring. But tonight is just get a couple of first downs and punt it. But right now the field position battle is being won by John Battle.
Oh, by far. And I think what you've seen happen right here, that untraditional, triple option type offense that they're running, even sometimes the players get confused. So they had some alignment issues there that forced them into taking that first time out.
And you say, a lot of people might be surprised as the Bearcats get to this one, a short gain, maybe 2 on the carry. That time that was Judd Schaefer on the carry. But you say it wasn't traditional, but a lot of people say, well, the triple option, that's the most traditional thing in football. That's what everybody
that's true. That does.
But the difference is this is pistol formation,
yeah,
triple option.
Exactly.
So you've added that little bit in. So it makes it a little bit more unique because it's coming from the shotgun. Second down and 8 from the 32-yard line. They'll run speed option to the right side, trying to get to the edge, but brought down. A nice play by Jalen Dingus, and it will bring up a third down and 5.
Yeah, Micah Witt kept the ball, tried to bring it here to the near sideline. Dingus able to wrap him up and bring him down. Big third down here for the Bearcats. Now, if you're John Battle, if you don't lose any yards on this play, is it 4-down territory now?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if you keep it medium, I think right here you would attack and try to get a couple, bring up a third down and short or fourth down and short. That's the goal of triple option teams, get 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards every carry. They'll run it off to the left side, pitch it out wide. A unique play there. Pitch it to Cunningham, and he falls near the first. We have a couple flags down, though. In the vicinity of 80.
I think it's maybe a chop block.
Jonathan Looney, maybe a high-low there on Ratcliffe. He was able to just sort of dance out of the way. They give
illegal block on Battle. Yep.
So that'll set them back.
Well, that was a good play for the Trojans. And that block was really unnecessary because they were already down at the first down marker.
They're close, at least. I'm not sure. They would have probably had to measure. Instead, that's going to set them back to the 35-yard line. and it will bring up a replay of this third down. So you'll definitely take it. John Battle, that will be their first penalty of the afternoon.
Yep, that'll be their first penalty of the ball game.
Third down, and I'll say 13. They've got to get it to the 23-yard line, to the 22, that is. There's a snap. They drop back past the 45, and they'll throw a little screen play out, and slipping and falling down at the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 3 is the receiver, and that's Judge Schaefer. Tried to get it out to the running back out in the flat, and nothing comes of it as he slipped in the wet turf.
Same thing that happened to John Battle on their first possession. They were close enough where it should have been 4-down territory, but then on their third down play, they back up and forces them into a punting situation. Same thing happens here due to the penalty.
So they're going to punt from the 34-yard line. Back deep to return Austin Davidson. He's back at the 10-yard line. The punt is up, arching to the right side. It'll hit at the 18 and stay around the 18-yard line, or make that the 13-yard line. And it will bring up first and 10 for the Cats. So a little bit more room here for the Bearcats to start this next offensive drive.
Bearcat fans, you've cut back on everything from lattes to lunches. But if you're still coming up a bit short at the end of the month, try this. Give State Farm agent Barbara Williams in Bristol a call for a free discount double check. She'll show you how something as simple as combining your car and home policies could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why State Farm agent Barbara Williams is here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bearcat football inside the 15. Lathrop with a 3-step drop rolling out to his left. Plenty of time. He'll let one loose down the sideline in the vicinity of Will Brown, and look like Johnny Delaney also near that ball. And it is incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Just Jamie trying to extend the play. But, you know, whenever you roll out to one side or the other, you cut the field in half, and right there just run out of real estate, and a couple of battle defenders. He just chucked it out of bounds.
That's a good play call on first down, though.
Lathrop from the pistol, too wide to the right. 2-step drop. Now he'll step forward, try to get out, and he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1, and it'll go as a sack for John Battle, and it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense just out of tune
Shannon
right now.
Sobach in there on the sack for the John Battle Trojans.
Just not looking in sync at the moment are the Bearcats.
And we got an official timeout for something here.
They're looking down toward this.
Looks like they're resetting saying the play clock didn't reset, but we're seeing 25 on there right now. So,
yeah,
so certainly a clock issue of some type.
So it's 3rd down and 11. The Bearcats at the 11. Got to get it up to the 22-yard line to get this first. But with this stoppage, they're trying to reset the clock.
I think they're going to say 42 seconds back on the clock. We're just showing 39. Okay, so they're saying the clock didn't start. So they're going to run this thing down to 32 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
So we're almost through one full quarter of action, and still nobody's really made it. Other than John Battle, they haven't even made it close to the red zone.
We're missing those 30 points from last week.
We are, those first halfers. They'll roll out. Lathrop acting like he's going to roll out and throws a screen off to the left side, and Will Brown's mauled at the 14-yard line.
No, not catching, trying to catch Cunningham sleeping out there on the edge. They don't do it. He's able to wrap up and make the tackle. It's going to bring up 4th down and yet another punting situation for the Bearcats as this first quarter clock is going to expire.
So the Bearcats set to punt as we head into the second period. Still scoreless here on Bearcat Radio, and we will check in with our sideline reporter, Ryan Bradley. Ryan, tell us what's going on down there, buddy.
It's a slow start right now. Both teams, it looks like a defensive game. I think the Bearcats just need one big play, and I think it's to get the offense rolling for them. You got a young quarterback for John Battle. I'm nervous, and I think they to that.
All right, how's the field conditions down there? Have you had a chance to reach down and see how wet that turf is?
It's soaking wet. Hard to keep footing.
Yeah, we've noticed a couple guys slipping out there. So, Ryan, thank you. We'll catch up with you at halftime here whenever you get to interview Coach Chris.
All righty.
All right, so the Bearcats will flip sides of the field. As Ryan gave us the sideline report, we're excited to have him on staff. We're going to use him as much as possible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, like I say, he brings a unique perspective to us. We're happy to have him be a part of Bearcat Radio Network.